for?
Honey, it's Blanche's birthday.
She here?
In the bathroom.
Washing out some things?
I reckon so.
How long's she in there?
All afternoon.
Soaking in a hot tub?
Yes.
Temperature 100 on the nose, and she's soaking herself in a hot tub?
She says it cools her off for the evening.
And you run out and get her cokes, I suppose, and serve them to Her Majesty in the tub. Sit down a minute.
Stanley, I've got things to do.
Sit down. I got the dope on your sister's cellar.
Stanley, stop picking on Blanche.
That girl called me common.
Lately, you've been doing all you can think of to rub her the wrong way, Stanley. And Blanche is sensitive, and you've got to realize that Blanche and I grew up under very different circumstances than you did.
So I've been told, and told, and told, and told. You know, she's feeding us a pack of lies.
No, I don't. And,
well, she has, however. And the cat's out of the bag. I found some things.
What things?
Things which I've suspected, but now I got proof from the most reliable sources, which I have checked up upon.
Lower your voice.
Some canary bird, huh?
Now please tell me quietly what you think you found out about my sister.
Lie number 1. All this screamsiness she puts on, you should see the line she's been feeding to Mitch. He thought she'd never been more than kissed by a fella. But Sister Bland is no lily. Ha! Some lily she is.
What have you heard? And who from?
Our supply man down at the plant has been going through Laurel for years, and he knows all about her, and everybody else in the town of Laurel knows all about her. She is as famous in Laurel as if she was the President of the United States, only she's not represented by a party. The supply man, he stops at a hotel called the Flamingo.
What about the Flamingo?
She stayed there too.
My sister lived at Belle Reve.
This is after the home place she slipped through her lily white fingers. She moved to the Flamingo, second-class hotel, which has the advantage of not interfering in the private social life of the personalities there. The Flamingo is used to all kinds of going-ons, but even the management was impressed by Dame Bland, that they requested her to turn in her room key for permanently. This happened a couple of weeks before she moved here.
What contemptible lies!
Sure, I can understand you're upset. She pulled the wool over your eyes as much as she pulled over Mitch's.
It's pure invention. There's not a word of truth in it. And if I were a man and this creature had dared invent such things in my presence.
Honey, I told you. I thoroughly checked on these stories. Wait till I'm finished. The trouble with Dame Blanche was that she couldn't put on her act anymore on Laurel. They got wised up after 2 or 3 dates with her, and then they quit. Judah goes on to another. The same old line, the same old act, the same old hooey. The town was too small for this to go on forever. As time went by, she became a character, regarded as not just different, but downright loco, nuts. And for the last year or 2, she's been washed up like poison. That's why she's here this summer, visiting royalty, putting on all this act, because she's practically told by the mayor to get out of town. Yes. Did you know there's an army camp nearby, Laurel? And your sister was one of those places called Out of Bounds. Well, so much for her being a refined and particular girl. Which brings us to line number 2.
I don't want to hear anymore.
She's not going back to school. In fact, I'm willing to bet you that she thinks she never had no idea of returning to Laurel. She didn't resign temporarily from the high school because of her nerves. No siree Bob, she didn't. They kicked her out of that high school before the spring term ended. And I hate to tell you the reason that step was taken. 17-year-old boy she's gotten mixed up with.
The farmer fell